evening, Brighton. Brighton are, I believe,
Good evening and welcome along to Grosvenor Vale for live coverage of Wealdstone versus Brighton and Hove Albion in the National League Cup. This is the fourth and final group game in the inaugural edition of this competition, and the Seagulls must win to give themselves an outside chance at progression to the quarter-finals. 3 in the Albion wall. You imagine this is too far from goal for Christian Scott to shoot himself, but he's certainly shaping up that way. And he might have a go here, Scott. It's driven hard and low towards Fisher. Awkward save to make in the sandpit in front of him. And it's seen out behind for a Wealdstone corner. It was a long way from goal. Scott bounced it awkwardly up in front of Fisher, who had to read the bounce and parry it away. Eastman, Taylor Clark, brilliant slide challenge from Albion, and all of a sudden the Seagulls are away. And Ifill really can shift. Marcus Ifill bursting into the penalty area. Squared across the face of goal to Vickers, has Mullins in support. Vickers doesn't need it, and Stewart saves. First time we've seen the Seagulls test Toby Stewart. Began with Ifill's lung-busting run up the right, squared it back into the middle. Vickers took his time, turned past Clark, but it was straight down the throat of Toby Stewart. Fisher certainly got his boot through that, Fisher, and he's picked out Perpion brilliantly. Flag stays down. Cam Perpion cross towards Ifill, who tried the spectacular. Well, if that had come off, it truly would have been something special. Need another look at it, but it looked like Ifill was trying a scorpion kick there. Still alive for Vickers at the byline, rolled back off into the middle, blocked somehow in front of goal. Albion to strike, and that one's sprayed over as well. Wealdstone want an offside flag. Well, Vickers escaped up the byline, skipped into space, laid it off for Marcus Ifill, whose shot from close range was blocked just after his chance moments ago. Forward from Caelan Vickers. Into the channel it goes, and Ifill will have an early run at the Wealdstone back line. Shoots from the angle and flashes it just a few yards wide of the mark. Ifill driving goalward. He loves to do that. Angling one over the bar. At the moment, still waiting for the game's first goal. Georgiou to take a corner kick from the left for the Stones. Headed away all too easily by Simmons. Back in by Mason, although he's made a right meal of it, and Ifill can race away, and there's not many that can catch him. It's Marcus Ifill for the Seagulls. He's tried to go round Baptiste. Baptiste saves well, still alive for Vickers. Mullins in front of goal. It's a brilliant lunging challenge by Craig Eastman. Well, Brighton and Hove Albion must be wondering how they've not found the back of the net from that scenario. They might still yet. Mills towards Ifill, over the top of him. And eventually out of play. A bizarre sequence which started with Mason thundering it into his own teammate. That allowed Ifill to run away off the rebound, tried to go round Baptiste, stayed alive for Mullins, then a really well-timed challenge from Craig Eastman to see it away. Trialist for Wealdstone. Out to the right. Phillips to strike one. It was weaving in the air, bobbling horribly for Fisher, and he was able to parry it away regardless. Eastman, Mason again. So often the outlet for Stones. Back to Mason. Declan Phillips. Crossed by Scott into a good area, struck goal by Obiero. Thought he had the opener. The offside flag says otherwise. So well taken by Obiero. A goal that almost deserved to stand. Wrapped his right boot across it and volleyed it first time past Fisher. Offside flag denying him and denying the game its opener. Robertson can turn. Vickers, Eiffel, charging into space across the face of goal, where it's bundled home. Cam Perpion, for his third goal in as many games, has given the Seagulls the lead. They started his second half so brightly. Eiffel, who'd shifted out to that left wing back position, the creator, and Perpion, as he has been so often of late, the scorer. Eiffel really come alive in the second half. Vickers. Touch in field by Caelan Vickers. Wants that half yard to shoot. Might just have found it. And it's off the upright. Fantastic effort from Caelan Vickers. They have really grabbed this second half by the scruff of the neck. And credit Shannon Ruth for the message at half-time, because they were far from themselves in the first 45. I think they'd be the first to admit that, and the Albion's coach. Much better. Harry Howe curling one goalwards and almost finding the outstretched legs of Joshua Duffus. Penman went close, first with a header, then Duffus steaming in. Tried to carry it over the goal line. In the end, neither could make contact. Another dangerous bit of football by Harry Howe. They were queuing up in the middle. No one could turn it in. Swung in by Christian Scott. Bodies go up. Howe can send it away. Mullins gets there first ahead of Mason. Duffus has continued his run. Mullins to Duffus. Does he have the legs? Away goes Joshua Duffus. And it's saved by Dante Baptiste. Well, it was Mullins that released Duffus with a well-timed pass. The yellow shirts were gathering. Duffus didn't use them, and Dante Baptiste punished him. Knocked into the channel. Away to Eiffel. Loses out to Phillips. Wayne Andrews. Past Vickers. Andrews is squeezed across. And that will do it in the National League Cup. Brighton and Hove Albion keep their hopes of progression alive. We'll have to wait till next Tuesday to find out if that is a possibility. But it finishes here. Wealdstone 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.